The story of Jacob and the angels. The Bible describes to us a number of cases in which Jacob met God's angels, and in one of them, he even wrestled with them. The story of Jacob and Esau begins in the womb of their mother Rebekah. During her pregnancy, God revealed to her that the twins in her womb were going to develop into two nations that would have a constant conflict between them. Esau was born the first of the two and is considered the eldest son. Esau was a hunter and spent most of his time in the field, while Jacob was a shepherd, an innocent man sitting in tents. One day when Esau returned from the field tired, he saw Jacob cooking lentil soup. And Esau said to Jacob, "Let me eat some of that red stew, for I am exhausted." Jacob agreed to give Esau the soup, but set a condition, that Esau would sell him his birthright in return. As their father Isaac aged, he felt his time on earth was coming to an end. He wanted to bless Esau, his beloved son. Rebekah knew something that Isaac didn't know. During her pregnancy, when she went to ask God, she was told. Genesis 25 verse 23. Two nations are in your womb, and two peoples from within you will be separated. One people will be stronger than the other, and the older will serve the younger. Rebekah realized of Isaac's intention to bless Esau. With the blessing of the leadership, Rebekah faced a difficult decision. She must prevent Esau from receiving the blessing. When Rebekah heard about this, she told to Jacob, her favorite son, to disguise himself as if he were his brother. Jacob prepared and put on Esau's clothes, but Isaac sensed that something was strange and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob and the hands are the hands of Esau." Only when he smelled the scent of hunting on Jacob was he convinced and blessed Jacob. After Isaac blesses Jacob, because he thought he was Esau, with the blessing of prosperity and leadership, Esau arrives and begs Isaac to bless him as well. Isaac's first reaction is that there is no blessing left for Esau, because Jacob has taken the blessing of the leadership. Finally, Isaac bows to Esau and blesses him as well. Genesis 27 verses 39 to 40. Your dwelling will be away from the earth's richness, away from the dew of heaven above. You will live by the sword and you will serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will throw his yoke from off your neck. This blessing includes a promise of abundance, from the oils of the earth and the dew of heaven, because the abundance can be divided between the two brothers, but it does not contain a blessing for leadership, since there is no place for more than one leader. Jacob was forced to flee his home due to Esau's grudge and found refuge with his uncle Laban. During his flight, Jacob experienced 3 encounters with God angels. The first time he saw the angels was in his dream. Jacob left Beersheba and went to Haran. But the journey was far, and in the end, he stopped for the night when the sun set. He took one of the stones that were in that place, put it under his head, and lay down to sleep. Genesis 28 verse 12. He had a dream in which he saw a stairway resting on the earth, with its top reaching to heaven, and the angels of God were ascending and descending on it. Then he had a dream in which he saw a staircase lying on the ground, with its top reaching to heaven, and God's angels ascending and descending on it. The Lord stood there above him and said, "I am the Lord, the God of your father Abraham and the God of Isaac." Genesis 28 verse 13. This was Jacob's first vision in the Bible, and it can be seen as God establishing him as a very important figure, as God seems to speak directly to those who are loyal to him. The dream consists of some very deep elements, the voice of God, and also images of angels. The dream also included a staircase or ladder reaching up to heaven, which was interpreted by some to mean that heaven was closer than Jacob thought and that God was free to criticize his creations. So far, angels have been used sparingly in Genesis, so their inclusion here is a significant moment. According to the Bible, angels acted as divine messengers, bringing God's will to the world and connecting heaven and earth. In a dream, God promised Jacob 3 blessings. 1. The promise of the land. 2. Ensuring the multiplication of the sperm. 3. The promise to be with Jacob in all his ways, until his return to the land of Israel. The last promise is the most important because Jacob already received the 2 previous promises from his father Isaac. When God revealed himself to Jacob, he repeated his promise to Abraham and Isaac, and also guarantees him the land and the continuity of the people from his seed. Jacob realizes that the place where he is found is holy, and gives the place the name Beth-El. At the end of the dream, the Bible describes Jacob's reaction. Genesis 28:16-17. When Jacob awoke from his sleep, he thought, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it." He was afraid and said, "How awesome is this place! This is none other than the house of God, this is the gate of heaven." Jacob pours oil on the stone that was used as his pillow and calls the place Beth-El and promises God that he will follow his path, and even build him a house in the place where he will be revealed to him. The second time he saw the angels is on his return to Canaan. Genesis 32 verses 1-2. Jacob also went on his way, and the angels of God met him. When Jacob saw them, he said, "This is the camp of God." So he named that place Mahanaim. After his separation from Laban in the peace treaty, Jacob was faced with another difficult meeting. Years have passed since Jacob stole Esau's blessing. Now before his return to the land of Canaan, he prepared for a meeting with his brother. God's angels met Jacob to watch over him on the way he was walking. When Jacob saw the angels, he said, "This camp is the camp of God." The third time he saw the angels was before his meeting with Esau. According to the scripture, it says, "So Jacob was left alone, and a man wrestled with him till daybreak." Genesis 32 verse 24. The commentators of the Bible say that the man is God's angel because Jacob asked for a blessing from this man. This is how the story opens as it appears in Genesis. "And he got up in the night and took his 2 wives and his 2 maidservants and his 11 children and crossed the Jabbok. And he took them and brought them across the stream, and he brought over what belonged to him." After moving his family to the Jabbok, Jacob was left alone. In Genesis 32 verses 25-32. A mysterious struggle is described between Jacob and a man who suddenly appears in front of him. And Jacob will be alone, and one man will be his people until the Creator. When the man saw that he could not overpower him, he touched the socket of Jacob's hip, so that his hip was wrenched as he wrestled with the man. And the man said, "Send me, because the dawn has come." And Jacob said, "I will not send you unless you bless me." And the man said to him, "What is your name?" And Jacob said, "Jacob." And the man said to him, "No longer say your name Jacob but Israel, because you fought with God and with people and you will be able." And Jacob asked and said, "Please tell me your name." And the man said, "Why do you ask in my name?" And blessed him there. From these verses, it becomes clear that this man is an angel, and hence also the change of Jacob's name. Because you fought with God and with people and you will be able, implies that the struggle that Jacob just experienced was with God. Even Jacob expresses himself this way, "Because I saw God face to face and my soul was redeemed." When Jacob came out of the fight, blessed by the angel and limping on his thigh, it was at sunrise. He did this so that Jacob would be ready for Esau's arrival, and not panic and run away from meeting his brother Esau. Jacob is hysterical and crazy from the moment he has to stand in front of his brother, facing his long-standing guilt that has grown inside him to terrifying proportions. Because he took away his brother's birthright and the blessing of their father, Isaac. None of the steps he takes manage to calm him, the anxiety that everything he has will disappear when he meets his brother, that maybe all this was supposed to be his. And he is left alone in what seems to be a battle for his sanity or dealing with his inner demons. Dawn comes, and the man wants to go, but Jacob, strangely enough, asks him for a blessing. But the man does not bless him but changes his name to Israel. It is you who struggled. It is your strength in front of God and in front of people. You do not need a blessing. You are already blessed. We hope you learned something new today. If you did, give this video a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative and entertaining content. Thank you for watching, see you next time. We hope you learned something new today. If you did, give this video a like and share it with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more informative and entertaining content. Thank you for watching, see you next time.